So whenever we want to move forward, and this kind of feels like that kind of week of where people, I did that extended read for April, which was the big picture read. And this kind of feels like the week, all right, so what are we doing next, right? We've done the healing. We've gone through all of this stuff. What are we doing next? Now, before we can move forward, we make our peace with the past. We make our peace with the past. And ultimately, that is what the Six of Cups talks about. I feel like it's a gift from the past, always. It's not a difficult energy. It's nostalgia, right? No matter how difficult that past has been, we make our peace with it. We make our peace with it. You got the Two of Cups here. So this is around partnerships, allowing yourself to be loved and supported, loving and supporting another. And it's one-on-one with the Two of Cups. It's not the Three of Cups. That's our network of support. The Two of Cups is one-on-one. So with this, whatever happened here, we'll talk about that in just a moment. This is looking back and you can see, why it happened, or you make it, no matter how difficult it was, we let it go. It's rose tinted glasses. That's not always a bad thing. For us to truly move forward, that helps us to overcome the fears around that. And that's kind of what this week feels like for you. To understand that I'm truly over this. Or, whatever that connection is, you make your peace with certain elements of it and you go forward anew. Six of Cups can be revisiting an old dream. Doesn't mean that it's going to play out in the same way with the same people, the same situations. But it does mean we're revisiting that old dream. Is it now time to go for that dream? Was it not right in the past, but now it's okay for you to do that? So a lot can come of this. This is childlike innocence. And my favorite depiction of the Six of Cups is actually from the Crystal Visions deck, which if you followed me for a while, I use that deck a lot for the generals. I would have used it this week, but I've ordered a new deck because I've battered that one. And that's where we see the older version getting a gift from the younger version of herself. And that's what this is. It's a gift from the past. Whether it's revisiting, saying, well, I understand why I wanted connections like that. Or, I want a soulmate like that. Soulmates come in all guises, by the way, in all walks of life. Don't just have to be romantic. Can be business partnerships, people on the same page as us, a supportive, loving friendship, whatever it is. But in some shape or form, you are revisiting that now. I know it's not been easy. Why? Why am I saying that? Because we've got the Strength card coming up. One of the most telling things that you'll see in comments is where people say, I'm not interested in the past. I just want to know what's coming in the future. That is a grave disservice that we do to ourselves. And that is, every statement's an I statement. And the I statement there is, I have not made my peace with the past. I want to escape it. And you can't really escape it. It's there in some shape or form, hovering over you, like the spectre of the past is there until we make our peace with it. And it takes great strength and courage to do this. I know that. Strength card, beautiful card. It says you have the strength to overcome any obstacle. And these might be obstacles from the past. This might be the past itself. It's general, so it can play out in a number of different ways. But the fact is, strength would not come up unless we had the strength to do that. Now, one of the things that I've learned, I've seen it in my own life and in the lives of clients I've been reading for other people since 96, is that usually when there's there's boxes, pains that happen, losses that we've had, whatever they are, they go into boxes. And when we're dealing with grief and loss or pain or whatever's happened in the past, the good, the bad, the ugly of it, it's actually when we're in the healthier place, when we're feeling better about ourselves, when things get better, that now the mind is like, okay, we're in a good place. Let's open up that box and deal with it. But it still takes courage, right? So in whatever way, this is the strength and the courage to face something that happened in the past. Can be from childhood. Something could have come up from your childhood. That's massive, right? The way our parents' marriage, or how we were treated at school, how we feel about partnerships in general. I've always had to do everything by myself, but have I? It's those kinds of themes coming up here. The fact that the Two of Cups comes up in the past, and the Two of Cups, it's a relationship of support. It's someone who's on the same page as us. We meet someone whose cup is the same as ours. It doesn't always indicate a literal relationship. It can be our desire to have a connection like that, to meet someone who's the same as us, who feels the same way we feel. But the thing is, with the Six of Cups coming up, and they're both soulmate cards, Six of Cups and the Two of Cups, this can very much speak of, where we're thinking back at this connection that we had in the past, or, if you're in a relationship, how you used to connect in the past. And the kind of darker side of this energy, and remember, it's a spectrum. The energy's played on a spectrum. We decide if we want to go to the highest or the light side, or the darker, lower vibration of it. No right or wrong. It's just where we are in terms of that, of the journey. This can be when we look back and think, my best days are gone. I'm never going to have a connection like that. I'm never going to have a relationship like that, which is not the truth, my lovelies. Because the Six of Cups, it urges you to look back with your little rose tinted glasses on, but to use that energy of what you remember in the past to create something new. That yes, those are happy memories, but we can create even happier ones now from the future. Nothing in nature happens just once, right? Nothing in nature happens just once. We can do that again. We can do that again. But that's where we hit kind of like a roadblock with you guys. And it's like that whole thing of, well, it's just this. There's no just. It feels big. Even though the cards don't show that. It feels big. It feels big. For you, it's a big step, whatever this is. And I say that because we have the Page of Pentacles, the Princess of Pentacles here. Now, this might be something that maybe this has all gotten triggered because of something that's being offered to you now, right? Because that's what the pages or the princesses in this deck, they are messengers. They bring offers. So something may be being offered to you right now, and you remember, for whatever reason, you're remembering this, and you're like, well, that's not the same. It seems something very small, or you're very focused on your long-term security and stability. There's this kind of thing that crops up with a lot of the earth signs, but Capricorn especially. And I have an earth moon, so, I'm not judging. I'm very familiar with this kind of energy, which is, do I have enough? If I want to revisit that, if I want to have a partnership or whatever the nature of that partnership, that connection, because it's just a two. The free will of both of these people decides where it's going to go. And this might be, well, I don't really have a lot to offer. It doesn't seem like a great offer to me. Yes, the emotional connection is there, but where's the practical connection? What do we do practically with this? But the advice of the Page of Pentacles is pay attention to the details. If you kind of keep putting work into this and, if it's of value to you and you keep doing that, it will grow into something bigger. Pentacles are all about our long-term security and support. The stability that we have in our lives. That's what they can represent. Relationships, jobs, investments, money, homes, anything that brings us security and stability that we work on. The physical, that's earth energy, that's your energy. What is the physical here? And so we have this. And for some of you, you've already met someone. For some of you, this is a relationship from like 10 years ago. It doesn't have to be that long, but you know what I mean. This is last week, last month, last year. You've either just met someone, but this is only the connection. Maybe it didn't fully get off the ground. Maybe we didn't get to explore it and take it to where it could go for whatever reason. Mentally, emotionally, or physically at this time, this is being revisited either with that same person or with a new situation or a new dream. But the memories are going back there. That's the foundation of this. I want to make that clear because a lot of people get worried that, oh my God, is someone coming back? No, this is beautiful energy. So it's not going to be a difficult thing. And it's something that you're considering with that Princess of Pentacles. That's the beauty of when Pentacles show up. Oh, sorry, that way. Pentacles, well, Empress is kind of about the tangible as well. It's things that are happening right now, that are right in front of us. What do we do with this? How do we build this? Is this enough for me? And you got the Four of Pentacles coming up in the present. Now, if this is an existing partnership or relationship, with the Four of Pentacles coming up, nothing is changing, nothing is moving, nothing is shifting. That's why strength is coming up. It needs courage to go forward. Maybe remembering why you got into it in the first place. Maybe remembering how good it made you feel before the loss of innocence. That's the Six of Cups. But this person with the Four of Pentacles is saying, I don't have anything to give. All I have is the Four of Pentacles. It's taken me a long time to get to this first place of stability and security. And I don't know if I don't want to be vulnerable. I don't know if I can risk anything at this point. It's the comfort zone. There's nothing wrong with that. It's good to know what is of value to you. The Princess of Pentacles knows of what's of value to her. The Four of Pentacles knows what's of value to her. But the whole point here is, do you see those Four Pentacles? To get more, this person must invest, spend, risk the security and stability that they have. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. That is the Four of Pentacles. That is the Four of Pentacles. Now, it's very kind of halting. That's what at each point we're just stopping. This is stopping and looking back. This is stopping and thinking, well, let me look at the details here. It's very slow energy. Earth energy is slow. But it takes time to build something, so it makes sense that it would be slow. The Fours, anyway, nothing moves. It's the first place we pause and look at our foundation. But out of all of the Fours, this is the one that it tells you nothing can happen unless you risk something. And that takes courage. Now, it's interesting because with that Four of Pentacles, even going forward, and I kind of feel like this is a projection and it's advice for you. It's saying that here you're saying you don't have enough. You don't have enough, right? To share or to risk or whatever. But here it's almost saying, well, look, even when I have plenty, and this Nine of Pentacles person does have plenty. They've created this beautiful garden, this sanctuary. You can see the little path with the pentacles there. Amazing sanctuary. Then that becomes the gilded cage. So whether you have a lot or whether you have a little, that actually isn't the issue here. Sorry to say, Capricorn, but it isn't. It isn't the issue. It's the symptom. There's something deeper going on here. But here, this person is saying the same thing. She's not saying I don't have enough. She's saying, well, I created this by myself. And it urges you to enjoy what you've created, to enjoy your success, to say you're independent and you're confident. But now it's like, I did it all myself. So why would I risk this? Why would I share this? I'm going to enjoy what I've created. And this card says, don't let it become a gilded cage. There's a whole world to explore out there. So both of them talk about comfort zones, but that's, I don't have enough. That's, well, I have plenty. So why would I need to go elsewhere? You have the Empress coming up as your advice. She holds the answer to all of this. What the Empress says is, as an advice card is, it's a time for growth. It's a time for abundance. It's a time for expansion. That's what she does. How do we expand if we hold on to what we have? We don't, right? He physically can't grab any more pentacles. How do we expand and grow this? By leaving that sanctuary. By knowing it's our home base, we can come back to it. Now, you don't have to go nuts. The Princess of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles says baby steps, right? Maybe it's learning something new. Maybe it's, investing a little bit here or putting down a little bit of a deposit. It's something physical that we do with that Princess of Pentacles. But the Empress reminds you, and what the Empress knows, that it takes time. She's the mother. She is the nurturer, the carer, the giver. And how she gives birth to new things, new ideas, new situations, is she nurtures and cares for them. And she knows they take time. So if we look at her as the mother, and that's the example that she brings forward here, is it takes time to get pregnant. It takes time then to be pregnant, to grow the baby. Then once you've given birth to the baby requires more nurturing and caring. And I think of that as a project. It takes time to bring together a project, to then nurture that project, until it's launched or whatever. And then even once it's launched, it needs more help and attention. So it's going to take time. That is not the problem. But here, that's no movement forward. It's not even the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles at least progresses. Slowly, yes. But he progresses the situation. And I kind of feel like where you are right now, you're looking back at the past, understand. And that's not a bad thing. I just want to be clear. Hopefully it will give you courage to go forward. That's why you're looking back. If this is around a relationship or even whatever the nature of that relationship, was it given enough time? That's a rhetorical question. Have a look at that yourself. Maybe someone called it quits on it too soon. Like people weren't allowed to express their free will and grow this. Because the pentacles, I always see them as seeds. It takes time for them to grow. So with the Devil coming up here, these are the lovers that are actually bound. And it's the flip side of the lovers. The lovers is the illusion that we're distant from what we love. But the devil is the illusion that we're stuck. Because the Four of Pentacles is saying, look, yeah, it's risky. I'm not saying it's not risky. But only those chains that we allow to hold us back can hold us back. And some of you might look at this and think, well, Jay, no, I'm fine. I want to stay where I am. Just looking back, having my little happy memories, I'm good. Well, then right here, that message is done for you. That message is done for you. Because I kind of feel like with that Four of Cups coming in, this is for those people that you know you're kind of stuck. You want to be free. You want to go and explore something new. You want what you once had, either in the same way or bigger and better in a different situation. It doesn't have to be. It's about happy memories from the past. You want to be happy again, right? Well, then, what will kind of usher you out or tempt you out? Because the devil's temptation, but it can be temptation of the physical, everything physical. So the body, you know, that's when lust and sex comes into it. Or money. I'll stay here because, you know, I earn more money here. Doesn't make me happy, but at least I'll have more money. Can be that. But this is a return to when you were happy. Pure happiness. And so what will get you out of this? What's the temptation? It's saying, look at the options. Like, what is it that you want? What would make you happy? That Ace of Cups would. But instead, you're looking at options that don't make you happy. And that's why it's very easy to say with that Nine of Pentacles, I'll just stay here. You know, I put in the work. I created this place. I'll just stay here. But is it because you've given up on being happy? Is it because you're ignoring your emotional needs? It can happen when we have lots of Pentacles coming up. And that's why I think it's so crucial that the Empress comes up as your advice, because she combines all of this. She has that emotional stuff. She can nurture, she can grow, and she is abundant because of it. Because of it. It's not an either or. It's not that, oh, if I go for what my heart wants, then I can't have material success or physical success. No, it's saying you can have both. You can, and abundance is emotional, financial, spiritual. It's whatever you see as abundance, right? We all have our own idea of it. But we don't have to start with a lot. That's what the Princess of Pentacles says, the Page of Pentacles. Whatever you've got is enough. It's of value to you. So let's go forward with that. Let's work on that. But 2 4s, that's stuck energy. The devil is stuck as well. But it's what we allow to tempt. And the devil, it never looks like the devil. It comes in looking amazing. It's the easier option. It's the temptation. It's the shortcut. It's what we know. It's what we're familiar with. But it holds us back. It holds us back from true growth, from true abundance. All right, Capricorn. Have faith. Trust your faith in this situation. Now, 9 times out of 10, the faith that we have, it doesn't even need, it says in the situation, but it almost is have faith in yourself in this situation. Because that's who we lack faith in. We can never, I mean, it's never bankable. We never know what other people are going to do. But we trust in ourselves that I'll know what to do. I won't be held back by old behavioral patterns, by codependency, by toxic situations. And I will say this to you guys. If you've followed me for a while, you know I don't use the word soulmates very easily. I believe, you know, soulmates come in all walks of life, and they as much come with slaps as they do with hugs and kisses, right? So they don't always have to be pleasant people that's our one and only. But what every single soulmate does is reveal who we are. They hold up a mirror to us. I'm not saying intentionally, but, you know, that's how it works. We have a clearer picture of who we are. We come home to ourselves. And the Empress is that, the home, the family, domesticity, where it's safe to grow, to nurture, to expand. And so we have to have faith in ourselves, not in what other people will give us or do for us. That I am enough. I don't need to play these, you know, the devil's all about power. No place like home. See, this is it. It's the security that's coming up as key. And for some of you, it's literally home. Because I said the Empress can be home. The 9 of Pentacles is your home. It's your sanctuary. But no place like home says this is about being comfortable in your own skin. Knowing that you're enough. Knowing that you will keep yourself safe. Now, when you know you're safe and you're comfortable in your own skin, you can walk into anywhere. You can go anywhere. You can do anything because no one can touch you. No one can say anything to you that's going to change your opinion of yourself. And that's no place at home. It's being safe and secure in yourself, knowing that you will keep yourself safe, and expressing authentically from who you are. Because you know you're enough. You know what your truth is. You know who you are. Whether other people get it or not, that's their problem, not yours. Dearest you, a rigid tree branch breaks under strong winds, yet flexible seaweed survives powerful ocean swells. Right now, we gently remind you that being flexible is a good choice when faced with life's challenges. Surrender your fixed ideas to Spirit, who knows what is in your highest good and can deliver to you what you need in the appropriate form. In this moment, rather than fighting or being too sure of your way working out, be a little looser and allow for another outcome. Compromise can be the best way forward if you are to learn new ways of doing and seeing. Stay aware, curious, and teachable. Take life on life's terms. Your purpose may push you in a direction not on your map. Let it. Be so flexible that no storm can uproot you. In the end, you will still be rooted in the world in abundance, and you will indeed experience the beauty that is yours. We love you so much, and it is about that. It's, we have this one idea of that. That is the only way up the mountain. That is the only way for me to get a relationship, to have the job, to have whatever. But it isn't. And that's where this comes in. Whatever comes in, if you see value in it, nurture it. Because this is about putting up walls, keeping yourself safe, but you are safe. You can have faith in yourself to be able to go and explore and, to not be held back. Because we allow this. Because it feels easy. It feels easier. And sometimes I get it. We've all done this. Like I said, I was talking about how I did it recently to keep ourselves safe. But when we do that, when we don't feel safe, or when we kind of are very rigid and say it has to be this way and I'm not doing whatever, we limit our options. And then we only get options that do shit all for us. They do nothing. And it's not that glowing, beautiful Ace of Cups potential for great happiness that we truly want. So I'll ask you this. I'll leave you with this one question. What is it that the dreams that you had when you were younger, before the loss of innocence, before you had to kind of start dealing with all of this stuff and growing and, creating all of this, before you kind of got the idea that you're not enough, what was the dream that you would have had? Because you are enough to go for that now. The Empress tells you that. The Empress tells you that.